this is, hold on, let me just figure this puppy out. Okay, I need to put it back. All right, here we are. The visuals are like so weird to me. This is the first time that I'm doing it like this in my bedroom. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to take a risk, a calculated risk on this one. What happened today? What the frick happened today? We had a board member visit. And, it's like an annual thing, I guess. Annual extravaganza. Very brief, pretty casual. And, but like I sensed something, like I had not high hopes, but good hopes, you know, given it seemed like a rush in to the timing was just very particular. So anyway, angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, my work, health, wellness, that of my children's sakes. And you know, all the extras that you'd like to apply to, thank you so much. Invest in, of course. So the left hand, I got the Knight of Cups. On the right hand, I got 6 of Swords. The prefix to this, though, is and I'll explain later based on an offline combo thing that I had, as to the reason of the orientation, because I gotta start living like this. I gotta start living a little like this. Anyway, the prefix to this, the rationale on me getting onto here is, I got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse when deciding whether or not I was gonna read on this forum, for the now moment, and purification, which is the King of Swords. So affluence and within. And it's kind of like purified blessings. It's kind of like just telling it as it is, knowing that I stand in my truth and hold a great deal of wealth, pocketed for sure. There's something about a blessing of cleansing, basically, you know. So I have been gifted that. Great, great, great. Now I can speak freely, because it can be definitely risky reading when it pertains to a board member, and I'm willing to see how this goes, because you know the ultimate boss is spirit. So left hand again, okay, Knight of Cups, just circling back to that. Knight of Cups, left side conviction, receptivity to romance, and just kind of romance noveling your life, you know. So this is a matter of, what do you call it? Manifesto. And just feeling the vibes at that. Right side ascendancy, 6 of Swords. It's not just taking a leap of faith, but taking a higher leap on that. I mean, so we're looking at going to higher ground. So you have to have a higher leap, rather than a distance leap. So that's basically what I'm looking at here. You're looking to heighten and therefore expand your perspective, Tina. So what happened today? Like, it was just a brief moment, but I got to experience what it was like. I mean, I've met board members before, right? But I'm not particularly independent from this particular local realm. Felt it strange a bit because I heard the number one, without even seeing, without even laying eyes on it, I could feel the gist move from energetically from who was chosen first to introduce, how they were introduced, what the conversations were like, between you know, basically 3 people present within each arena. And so I got to hear of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 introductions before it came to me. And this is I I was already ideating what, like, I could say naturally, and usually, like, you're not supposed to do that kind of shit. But, like, you know, I just figured, you know, board members must be cookie cutters, so that's what they're used to. So let's just, like, do the ha 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 ha, hearty Tina, you know, assistant support role thing. But not, like, just kind of keep it low key, like, nice and fluffy, but, like, ha ha ha, you know, like, that kind of thing. I figured, you know, we'll just see how this goes on the standardized unit of measure. And, so I was like, you know what, I'll keep that in my back pocket. I don't think I'm going to be working with it, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. So mine was the shortest introduction, the shortest dialogue, and you can't base everything off of that, right? So do the handshake. I'm not afraid of that because I know how energetics are, and I know that if you fuck with me at this given time, I will know, and something will be done about it. Not just a singular form of something, but a series. Like, that's a major domino effect. That's just like, psh. This is not just a domino. It's the domino of towers, right? And so I'm not afraid at this time, you know. And moving forward, I shouldn't be. So the weird thing about that, though, is that there was something very, like, it didn't click. There was something energetically deaf about it. There was something deafening in the air, in the handshake, in the eye contact, in the smile. It was like half-assed, like a half-assed performance. Like, with certain people, you can see when they fake it, when they make an effort to fake it. But this was like a half-assed effort to fake it. So fucking weird. But there was dialogue, just about the same amount of dialogue as there was, like, leading up to me. Until, like, you know, the actual one-on-one thing. And so it was just weird, like, oh, we got one last one, you know, left, you know, one remaining, and there I could hear, so I could just kind of, so I wasn't like puppy dog, like, is it my turn, you know? Because I get that with the good morning, so I decided to kind of revamp my experiences on that and just wait till they actually come, like, wait until they cross that bridge. And if there's interaction, okay, then we'll interact. Otherwise, you know, so be it. But yeah, I could hear the dialogue coming through there. Shook hands, something said, smile, laugh, that's it. And you know, the arrangement, like, oh, would you like a beverage? And but it was weird. The dynamic was weird because the boss was starting to say something about preparing for tomorrow, but because it was just jagged in the interaction, so I know everything was not natural. Because there should have been, like, a pause enough, a good enough slot for me to ask if, like, hospitality wise, if they wanted, you know, some kind of beverage or drink, you know, something. And rather than moving on to the next day. So it was just like kind of checkboxing. But it was weird with the type of dialogues that were done versus mine, which was very, like, short. It was meant to be kept short and simple, but not like in, like, I don't know how to say it. There's something not right about it. The thing that was, like, the big dinger, like, ding, 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 like fucking cowbell. Where's my cowbell? I want to know where's my cowbell. I don't even know where my cowbell is. Holy smokes. We'll do church bells, okay? Was that... Okay, here, I'm going to stand up for you for a second. Okay. So this is what I was wearing, right? Okay, nothing, like, too crazy about it. It's cute. But, like, he was staring right here, like, my sacral chakra area here. There's nothing to look at. Like, sometimes I'll wear my belt, you know, like, my, you know, certain, like, protection things on there. Did not wear it this time. But the focus, like, it was so stark. The focus was just, like... But his face was dropped into like this mean focus. It wasn't like snarl focus, but it was like it was intent. And so he was doing basically evil eye on that area. And so I got to find out. Let's take this calculated risk. What was going on with that? You know? Let's figure this part out. So my panel, what do you want to say about that? Because like every time I thought about it, I could not ignore. He was not seeing like, oh, the fool's on my jacket, or like he was in there. It was nothing like. There was no intrigue there. There's nothing to point towards that kind of a focus coming from such an individual. You know, there were no like awkward. See all that shit. Okay, 2 of Cups in reverse, and then 4 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I have underground protectors, like undercover protectors, you know, that are assisting me with the healing, like protection, auric fields, like fortifying them. But there was no like weird pause in anybody else's conversation. In fact, there was one that was very dismissive, like, yeah, I know you. I've known you before. Yeah, this, how are things going? You know, like, let's just get through this, that kind of thing. Which was so odd. It felt like so disrespectful. It was weird. Like, the audacity for someone who's been there for, like, such a long time, therefore obviously committed to be talked to like that. If the tables were reversed, oh, no. No. Wow. So I just, it was kind of odd. Yeah, why that was broken down to me. So there's something going on here. Anyway, what's going on here? Okay. On the top, Strength, and then the Moon card in reverse. So we can't base it off of like, because no lie is really that strong, honestly. So we got to look at this as intentions on something that's strong. Like, you know, like lizard lights, the reptile lights. The wattage on that is meant to be like conjure up a lot of heat. So there's a lot of intent on the way things are built in order to cast like an extreme amount of light. I've never read anything like that before, except like here in the here and now, but that's what it's saying on the recipient and the inbox. So whatever's coming on my inbox is absolutely vividly seen. So what's the deal with that? The Star, Ace of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, 8 of Pentacles, suspension, or the, what do you want to call it? The Hanged Man in reverse, Fortune, which is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, obviously, Chariot, or it's not in reverse, it's upright, Chariot, and then the 8 of Cups. What is the deal with that? That is weird. So these are like super favorable cards, like super duper favorable cards. I don't know. You know, sometimes people act weird when there's something that they cannot say, like for real. But like that stare was not, that was not a good stare, let me tell you. It didn't give me the chills. It didn't make me feel like unsafe. It was just like, what are you, where are you at, you know? And I can't say that this particular person is flighty. So something strange, something, but like the sun and then the star, like that's, you know, I feel like, again, people are like in the middle of my stuff. Okay, the craziest thing also was that after he'd left, I started feeling, you know, like the rumbly and the tumblies or whatever. But before that, before he walked in, the person who is my boss in writing, she left all of a sudden. Like, I came back from lunch, then she had left. Like, there was just a small short amount of time. Then she had left. She said, I have an appointment. And I was thinking, okay, so whatever. Okay, great. And then they came shortly after, you know, the boss and this board member came through. And it was just strange because the timing of everything, there was enough of a breaking, like a break period. Is that how it went? But there was enough of a break period where the boss said that she had left for a dentist appointment. She didn't want to divulge that to me because, yet again, the fifth time, if anything, you know, like within about, like, seriously, that's amount that means that because she's falling apart, that's divine marking her with ill intent, that she, like, it's going to start to show the ill intent, like how much dark workings are there. And so that many trips to the dentist, holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's been like a full week yet, and she's already had 2. And then, like, when she came back from another one, I mean, when she came back from another a trip, she had one there. So she had an international dentist trip, and then before that, there were others. Like, that's a crazy amount of dark work. And when you have capped teeth as well, like, there's also a prefix to, like, how much dark stuff she's been doing before. Anyway, it's stuck in the middle of here. Not stuck quite, but, like, it's trying to pin itself down in, like, in my tracks almost. Like, kind of like booby trap almost. Right there. With the High Priestess in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Right between, you know, these very auspicious cards and the Eight of Pentacles, which is a mastery. Like, I can see right through it, you know? I can see right through, like, these 2 cards here. It's kind of like, remember putting your, like, thumb or your finger over a flashlight. This is shining so brightly that whatever's in between it, like, you can see right through it, you know? So there's a sense of awareness in all of that, but out of all of these cards, like, I'm still moving, my wheels are still cranking, and there's something about leaving behind, like, oh my gosh, somebody's trying to do a castaway, you know, like, you know, it's like bon voyage, right? Like, I'm gonna be leaving this place, I don't know what. And it's known, you know, even with the Chariot card, and then, like, my destiny is going to take me places for sure. Wonderful. Like, wonderful, wonderful places. Like, people gamble to get that kind of fortune, you see? And I'm going to obtain that. I'm going to be sitting in that energy. I'm going to have that energy. Well, I already have that energy, but I'm going to, like, that's going to come, like, IRL, in real life, like, reeling it in real life for sure. So somebody's doing, like, trying to do, like, a castaway, like casting spells, like cast away, like, you know, there's something about castaway spells, like, but also a castaway, which is like they're trying to hop on board. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying about that? Trying to pin themselves into, and talking about the pinprick in the boat we were talking about before. Yeah. But the highest hand here is not acknowledging those energetics, like, not, like, you know, they don't, we're talking about, like, safety pin when we're looking at this kind of a reality. Safety pin in like a panel of wood. Yeah, I heard a beat far away. That's what the divine is telling me. Like, they hold no power. It's like whatever power that they've accumulated, whatever kind of acknowledgments they accumulated, were all like illusion, like casted by illusions. So it's, you know, the people that believe in them don't don't necessarily believe in them. They're like charmed in, you know, like it's they're hauled into an illusion. So the truth of the matter is that whoever's like been charmed by this kind of a character are not charmed by the character, they're charmed by the charm. Derps. Yeah. So the highest hand here is not just knowing that, but kind of like giving it the shrug off. Like it's not putting any effort into the transformation of that character. They got to do it themselves. For me, it's like, I know deep down, I know I'm still in touch with the moon energy, even as the star and the sun on the prefix. And so it's kind of like plotting the points, knowing the plots even, and just it's like laying out the pattern piece. You have to like pin stuff together. So there's something here about like putting all the clues together and understanding the pulls. Like I have major pull in the undercurrents as the high priestess in reverse, for sure. That's being objective to the truths that are floating out amiss. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this is kind of like the Hermit card, Dark Night of the Soul, but prefixed by the star. And isn't that amazing? Even with the Dark Night of the Soul, so you got the star here. Amazing. All right, so with that energetic, still haven't answered with regards to that energetic. Let's go ahead and knock that out. We're going to clear a little bit because I sense that there's some hidden energies. Like this person is well versed enough to kind of protect their space, you know, like kind of like create some cast like illusion there. There's something there. So give me a second. What do you want me to do here? Yeah, he just gulped. I felt it. All right. Okay. All right. Tell me about this person, Spirit. My panel, tell me about the truth about this person. I heard somebody else's name in my head, and okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Tell me about, okay. What fell on my foot is the King of Cups inverted. Okay, well, he's intuitive. He has some kind of skill set in that area. 6 of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands, and the Hermit in reverse. So, okay, this definitely is some kind of spiritualist here. Also, very much a creative. Like, that's the wonderful thing about this particular energetic. But also, like, there is also a high sex drive, but like there's I'm not going to talk about their sex life. What I am going to say here is that they they're takers. Players. He's a player that can cast illusions on what things look like. You know, like in what do you call it? In I just saw this episode, in Stranger Things, in I think the first season or second season, I think it's the second season, where 11 meets her sister, and from like that rainbow area thing, and she can cast illusions on like what people see, and that's what it is. There's like something about like casting an illusion on something that's bright, like there's an illusion like Bling. Yeah, oh my gosh, for sure. There's, yeah, it's kind of part of his whole package. Like, there's nobody that dresses like him that I've seen. Like, the kind of output was very different, very particular. And that is to create an illusion, like a storyline where you kind of like bump him down a notch because you think you got him figured out. Like, you know, so there's something about that that adds to the illusion. Like, it adds to the storyline, the alibi. Yeah. But inside he's the player. On the and once you really get to actually do some dealings with him, you're going to see that there's more taking than giving. And the Page of Swords in reverse is, well, it's a liar. It's someone that bends the truth, gossips, etc., that engages in that. The sad thing about this is that the King of Cups fell on the left foot, and it's inverted. So it's let me see here. 10 of Swords, yeah. So this person taps into people's intuition, especially like if they do something like a misstep, where people like kind of cringe at their own stuff. That's when it's like fresh meat, like bait, where they strike and using their intuition because people knock themselves down a notch because they did something wrong or did something like made a mistake or something. So there's something where he takes advantage of those moments to dip into people's energy, to like look in with his third eye, kind of. It's that transitory state where you're like, you're fine one moment and then you're not. That's when the strike is. Yeah, 7 of Swords. Yeah. I was, instead of looking at something, focusing on looking at something, those energetically, I thought about the strike, like, you know, and then that's when that came through. This is something that's very hidden energy. And like I said, this is a calculated risk. Yeah. I mean, when the truth is out, the truth is out. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the ultimate boss, like if somebody has an issue with whatever I'm saying, then you know for a fact that that's being validated right then and there. On the other side of things, they don't really have an issue with me. I'm just like the messenger. And I've already established myself, so it's like you can't really quiet me because somebody else will take the wand and go with it. And even still, there's a way that I can do it. And so they ultimately have an issue with the big boss, you know? So looking at that, so this actually applies a lot of heat to the situation, I suppose. So he'll be back tomorrow. What do you want? What do you want to say, Spirit? Like, what is the deal with that? Tell me about him a little bit more. Three of Swords in reverse. What is that? And the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You know, so okay, so the board can, like, you know, flick off whoever they want, including the CEO, which is crazy because there is a conflict of interest, it appears to be. I mean, just knowing the structure of where I'm at, there is a conflict of interest. And yeah, I just, there's something there. But anyway, they can easily do away with me and from their premises. And so like it's no heartbreak to them, but it's kind of like bubblegum in a dish, how many pieces do you wish? They select, and there's something about the stickiness of the Three of Swords energy. It's like their hands will something about sticky fingers. But this is a Three of Swords in reverse, so let me see here. This person is an undercover, what is it? Freemason. Yeah. This Mason. I think is 33 is like the highest level, supposedly. Supposedly, anyway. So, like, caught up in the gears, right? Trying to, like, stop my destiny from coming through. But this, again, this is temperance in reversal. There's a major undercurrent, a major kind of like pull to that energetic. It's something very undercover. I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah, but you see like how there's two elephants here? It's kind of a known, you know? It's known. You see? That's and I got that from the last reading too. The one, I think the one right before this. Something about the slurry part, like how like that part that I got like after the fact. I was like, that's a Mason. That's a massive Mason. And I don't know if like this is like, because there's good and bad sides to all, right? So I think that those closely link up. That definitely links up. All right, so I'm kind of getting a little bored of this, so yeah, I just like, I kind of like the surprise of, you know, discovery. I don't want to like read it all to bits. I just, you know, I'm kind of getting bored. What should I be aware of then? Like, you know, taking this calculated risk, like what happened today? It almost fell. The Emperor. Well, I think there's something about a revealing of many portals, because I'm getting a lot of like that pincushion vibe right here on the is that a leopard? No, it's not a leopard. Cheetah. something like that, spotted animal, right? So there's something about all of the pinpricks in that, the familiarization, left hand, I caught it with my left hand, pinpricks, casting out, dropping the load. Ultimately, they want me to summarize that I carry major boss energy. I mean, in following spirit, you're just following that lead, right? So there's something about the receptivity. Like I caught it with my wrist, like even as it was tilting, but I was still able to catch it in its upright position. And it didn't fall off my like right leg. So I'm doing the right thing here. And even when I catch it with the least dominant wrist, if like even not the hand, there's something about that articulation point on receptivity where it's so well defined that even if there are pinpricks in that area of like, there's some kind of voodoo happening here. But like pinpricks in my receptive side, because like some people will overlook the receptivity of like what's happening here. So in that like hidden voodoo thing, they're trying to like get at my risks. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Like the pinpricks, the pinholes. So like the familiarity, yeah, they're talking about that familiarization. And what did I get? The risks, receptivity, and my overlook risks. They're overlooking the risk in that. But ultimately, there's something about dropping certain burdens. And you know what they're saying? Toss it out, Tina. Toss it out. They're not your responsibility. They're just a burden, honestly. Whatever is happening there, that's like some dark ass whatever, that's their burden, not yours to carry. Okay? So do not engage in all of that. You still pull the lead. You still hold the lead to there's something about it, because this is actually the right hand and this is the left hand. So with the pinpricks or whatever, I still hold the lead. I still am receptive. I still got my shit under control. Yeah. So it only adds like character, you know, to that. Remember, bonus rounds, bonus points. There's a lot of bonus points, let me tell you. That's a lot of bonus points. Holy smokes, that's crazy. Okay, bottom of the deck, Magician, encapsulation. So it's illuminated, like on display for sure. Top of the deck, no secret to my saucies, is the Queen of Wands magic. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Holy smokes. And I actually have the blessing of Ra and Horus with, you know, a touching personally, like a personal added touch to the wand and line of sight vision. Yeah, this is primordial again with those familiars. Yeah, for sure. And her cat is actually hiding right behind her. This is crazy. I guess a surprise if anyone like really comes up that close and tries to, you know. Anyway, there's that. Okay, prime takeaway. What do you want me to receive out of all of this? This calculated risk. Ah, what is it? It's the devil again. Holy smokes. So what is the deal with the devil here? Like, I think I actually formed a new ally. Like solid. This has been coming up repetitive. So my solid takeaway is I don't know, this ultimate attraction. There's something about an alliance for sure. I didn't what? Hold on. My panel. What is like what so my ultimate takeaway, what do you want to like what can you please elaborate for me? Like what's Nine of Wands in reverse. Oh, you know what? They're saying, okay, the devil carries out their divinity in helping me carry out some things. Like, I don't need to show up to every showdown. Like, I just need to recoup right here. You know what I mean? There's something about, you know, when the Nine of Wands appears, it's somebody that still shows up even after getting, like, marred in battle. That there's still engagement and healing, but they're still showing up. So it's a true warrior, right? But they're allowing this warrior, aka me, some rest and some relaxation. And, you know, the devil knows, like, the worst of all evils. So it's like when they get a treat of having to manage, like, the worst of all evils and doing their ultimate, like, reverberation of, you know, what's karma's dealt to them. And it's absolute, I'm hearing litigation, like absolute, legitimacy, is bringing it back to the, like, it's like the tables have absolutely turned. Like, do you see that? I got my half, and it's good. But this is full moon manifestation, like what the devil is doing, like under cover, basically. So the intention is for me to kind of like just have a slice of, like, my, you know, there's something about getting my half, getting mine, and the universe is delivering that to me. That's my takeaway. And there's a determination on giving me my takeaway by whatever means. And this is the divine fully supporting me to the point where it's like, dude, I don't know what else to say. So this is something about me, like, kind of standing down to these energetics that are attempting to, you know, cause harm, delay, and all of that. And one more for what do you want to say? To well define these measures. 10 of Cups, holy smokes, they are determined to give me, yeah, that's it, accomplishment, that's what that thing is called. That's insane. That's insane to end there. Okay, thanks very much for all donations provided in light and love, that reciprocate equally, in light and love and of light and love only. Thanks so very much. Excuse me. I call back all my power, all my energetics to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit and the hottest flame of us. Whether that's blue or indigo, whatever the hottest flame is. Passing through that to cleanse, to bless me, bless my energetics, and to return unto me, and only me, no bother, or rather unbothered, with all bonus points for sure. Thanks so very much. Now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading. Now,